What's up, guys? We are finally here. I'm shocked that I finally watched this. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about season 6, the final season of Lucifer, the amazing Netflix show that has just been absolutely amazing in 6 years. Now, I will say, if you guys have not seen it, go check it out. I finally had some time to sit down and watch it. And when it first came out, I started watching it for season 6, and then some things happened, and then I was trying to wait to watch it, and then all this other kind of stuff. And I finally sat down, decided to watch it, had some extra time on my hands, so I figured go ahead and watch it, right? Now, I will say again, big hand to Tom Ellis, to Lauren German, to Lesley-Ann Braddock, to D.B. Woodside, Rachel Harris, Kevin Alonjero, as well as Amy Garcia. All these actors and actresses, absolutely crazy. They did a magnificent job at portraying these characters. Tom Ellis brought so much flair and character to the devil, to Lucifer. And I think he will always be my favorite portrayal of any version of Lucifer or Satan or the devil ever. Literally ever. Because not only did they do this a different way, but they brought it in comedy, drama, horror, action, thriller, everything you could want in a show. And for this last season, seeing, and again, I'm assuming you guys have already watched the last season. Meeting Rory, Lucifer, and Chloe's daughter from the future, Aurora, if you prefer. It was interesting because at first I didn't recognize the actress, and then I did, which I gotta give it to her. Her name was Brianna Hildebrand, who played in Deadpool. I was not really sure who she was until I really looked. I was like, wait a minute, I remember seeing her in Deadpool, 1 and 2. So I think she did a great job portraying the character. Now, the way that they did this entire season was trying to figure out why Lucifer would abandon Rory and Chloe, and figuring out, this is this and that is that. But the entire time also trying to figure out if Lucifer is ready to become God and ascend the throne to heaven. And the entire time throughout the show of season 6 is not really on Lucifer, but he's trying to figure out, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I gotta do to show my daughter that I would not abandon her, right? And then we do get a few ones coming in trying to not really start something, but we get to see Adam, which was interesting. Adam and Eve, we get to see Adam make an appearance, and we do get to see Eve and Mazikeen's wedding, which was cool. We also got to see the return of Vincent, which was really weird. Again, if you're a Supernatural fan, the one played Chuck as God, him playing a villain in there and going up against Lucifer, aka the devil. It was really funny, kind of poking fun at each other, because again, if you're a Supernatural fan, then you would understand, you get those puns. Now, overall, I did enjoy the season. I really did. It was, the very last one was a very heartfelt message at the end. Now, again, with the reason why Lucifer still leaves, becoming a therapist in hell, Chloe raises Rory on her own, but with everybody else, Emmanuel becomes the new god, and Charlie gets his wings, and Chloe becomes lieutenant in the LAPD. I didn't mind a lot of that, but the main problem I had with was, okay, if Emmanuel became God, which made sense, why did they not allow Lucifer to do like a meta deal, be able to see his kid every now and then. I don't see the reason why they couldn't write that in. Okay, he became therapist in hell, but he still could have went to go see Rory, Trixie, and Chloe and everybody else whenever he wanted. And it's maybe a couple hours or something, or a day, and then go back to hell, and then do the same thing in like next few days or a week or something. I don't see the reason why they had to do that. That's just me. So I don't really agree with that. He literally went to hell and he never came back. And at the very end, Chloe dies and they're reunited and she becomes his partner in hell, as another therapist. And Amanda brings her to hell, and then we see, Rory say goodbye to her mom, but she's still half angel. And we see Maze and Eve, they're together, they're bounty hunters, they got married, and then they're in Rory's life, and we got to see, like I said, Charlie get his wings, all these different things that we saw in the series, and we really say that Lucifer he grew a lot in the last seasons, he really did. And I loved how they brought, certain things into the series, because there was at times where I liked how they gave Chloe Amenadiel's necklace to give her powers. I thought that was pretty cool. I did. I thought that was pretty cool. And, for the entire cast, them finally stating, hey, guess what? Lucifer's finally ending after 6 seasons. And none of them wanting the series to end and just keep going and going and going and going. In a way, I understand the reason why they had to stop it, because after this season, there was really no more story left other than, the happy ending for Lucifer as well as Chloe, and for Amenadiel, and for Ella. Ella now knowing about the deities of Earth, angels, demons, and Lucifer being the actual devil, and Maze being a demon, and Amenadiel being an angel, and all this stuff. And they finally decided to put it in after all this time. That, oh wow, Ella's finally going to... And it really kind of sucked that she was going to be the last one to know, in my opinion. And I think that was really stupid that they let Ella go that long without knowing. Which I really wish they would have allowed her to know a lot sooner than they did. So that's just my opinion. But again, is Lucifer one of those shows, oh, you need to binge watch? Again, it is a binge watching show. It is. If you're a fan of any of these characters, if you're a fan of this show, you're a fan of these actors, watch it. It is worth it. It is worth a good time. Lucifer is one of those shows you can binge watch nonstop, between comedy to drama to heartfelt times to action, adventure. It's pretty much like a DC show, but better. That's the closest way I know how to put it. Now, did they put a bow at the end of this series? In a way they did, in a way they didn't. There's still, I think, room to show what happened to Rory after. I still think there's room to show how Lucifer can do other things in hell, like be a therapist. And I found that to be kind of funny. The devil becoming a therapist after he was, in therapy for over 6 years. And probably would still need to be. So, I know I'm all over the place here, guys, but there's just so much to talk about, and I'm just getting straight to the point. Ella finally being with, the guy that Dan kind of set her up with. One of my favorite episodes, which I will say, which was hilarious, was the cartoon episode. That episode was absolutely hilarious. I really think that they put a few things like from Supernatural into this season, which I really firmly believe that they did, especially the way they ended it, with Chloe dying and then leaving, sort of like, what they did with Sam and Dean, and then the cartoon version that they did, like, was, Supernatural, Scoobernatural. So I really do think they put a lot of different things in Lucifer this season that they kind of borrowed ideas from Supernatural. I really do. Same thing with the scene, which they've done before, which again, there's been so much seen, whether it's been by, Tom Ellis, or by, Amy Garcia, or even by Mazikeen, or by any other possible, guest star in the cast. But overall, I'm sad to see it go. It took me a while to finally get to the last season because I didn't really want it to end. But at the same time, I knew I had to watch it so I could finally review this for you guys. It's been a while since I was finally able to just sit down and binge watch on a show, and I'm happy I finally did. And we also got to see, Dan go to heaven after we figured out the reason why he could not go because of his guilt for mainly leaving Trixie. He felt guilty for leaving Trixie. He couldn't figure it out, and then he finally did, with the help of Lucifer. And that's the reason what helped Lucifer, and also helping his daughter realize, don't become like, her father. Don't give in to the hate. Don't become, a version of the devil. Don't do that. And I like how they put that in there. And it made sense of the reason why Lucifer wanted to become a therapist at the end and wanted to help these lost souls in a way and be able to help redeem them, because he even said, if the devil can be redeemed, then anyone can, which is true. So overall, I do like the casting. I love the story. I will always love Lucifer. I will always love the story of Lucifer and Chloe. It was a very heartfelt last couple episodes, especially with Chloe and Lucifer having to say goodbye to each other. Again, I do not agree with them wanting to have Lucifer in hell permanently. Like, he couldn't go up and visit, his friends and family. I didn't like that. If Amenadiel could do it, I don't see the reason why Lucifer couldn't. But those are just my thoughts. What are y'all's thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments down below. Did you guys finally watch Lucifer the last season? If you did, let me know. If not, go check it out. Either way, what are your thoughts about Lucifer down in the comments down below? Is it a worthwhile type of show? Or is it okay? Is it bad? What are your thoughts on this? I'd like to know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribing. Leave a big fat like on the video. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.